Good morning, everyone. This is the Oracle of God's Word, and it is wonderful to be back with you again this morning. And I want to talk to you about wisdom, knowledge, and wisdom. It is said from the dictionary that wisdom is the quality or state of being wise, and knowledge uh, is the acquaintance with facts, truths, or principles. You get knowledge from the study or investigation of things, and you can also gain knowledge from acquaintance or familiarity gained by sight, experience, or report. Knowledge is a noun, and wisdom is also a noun. Also, wisdom is knowledge of what is true or right, coupled with just judgment as to action, discernment, or insight. And as a study this morning, I'd like to read to you from the book of Proverbs. And I want to begin with chapter 8. Of course, the book of Proverbs is accredited to Solomon, uh, the ancient king of Israel. And Solomon is the son of David, who also was an ancient king of Israel. Solomon, it said, according to scriptures, he wanted to rule his people with wisdom. So it says that when the Spirit of God asked him what he desired, he told God that he desired wisdom, and it is said that God gave him his desire, and he was at that time the wisest man to rule over a kingdom in his day. And also, what amazed me was that a lot of rulers, of course, they want riches and they want all the things that come with it. But Solomon, he he asked God for wisdom, and as a result, God was able to also give him blessings of riches and wealth. Okay, we're going to begin with um, chapter 8. Doth not wisdom cry, and understanding put forth her voice? She standeth in the top of high places, by the way in the place at the entry of the city, at the coming in at the doors. Unto you, O men, I call, and my voice is to you, the sons of man. O ye simple, understand wisdom, and ye fools, be ye of an understanding heart. Hear, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing froward or perverse in them. And froward is spelled Froward. which is a derivative of forward. Forward is a Middle English word, and I looked up the definition of forward. And the definition um, states willfully, contrary, and not easily managed. It's also an adjective. And I thought it was pretty interesting, this particular word, because I'd not quite seen it before. Um, Moving forward, uh, we're still in chapter 8, and it says, "Hear, for I will speak of excellent things, and the opening of my lips shall be right things. For my mouth shall speak truth, and wickedness is an abomination to my lips. All the words of my mouth are in righteousness. There is nothing forward or perverse in them. They are all plain to him that understandeth, and right to them that find knowledge. Receive my instruction, and not silver, and knowledge rather than choice gold. For wisdom is better than rubies, and all the things that may be desired are not to be compared to it. I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride, and arrogancy, and the evil way, and the froward mouth do I hate." And there's that word again. "Counsel is mine, and sound wisdom. I am understanding. I have strength. By me kings reign, and princes decree justice. By me princes rule, and nobles, even in all the judges of the earth." In verse 17, "I love them that love me, and those that seek me early shall find me. Riches and honor are with me, yea, durable riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold, yea, than fine gold, and my revenue than choice silver. I lead in the way of righteousness, in the midst of the paths of judgment, that I may cause those that love me to inherit substance, and I will fill their treasures. The Lord possessed me in the beginning of his way, before his works of old. I was set up from everlasting, from the beginning, or ever the earth was. When there were no depths, I was brought forth, when there were no fountains abounding with water. Before the mountains were settled, before the hills was I brought forth, while as yet he had not made the earth, nor the fields, nor the highest part of the dust of the world. When he prepared the heavens, I was there. When he set a compass upon the face of the depth, when he established the clouds above, when he strengtheneth the fountains of the deep, when he gave to the sea his decree, that the waters should not pass his commandment, when he appointeth the foundations of the earth, then I was by him, as one brought up with him, and I was daily his delight, rejoicing always before him, rejoicing in the habitable parts of his earth, and my delights were with the sons of men. Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye children, for blessed are they that keep my ways. Hear instruction, and be wise, and refuse it not. Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the posts of my doors. For whoso findeth me findeth life, and shall obtain favor of the Lord. But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul. All they that hate me love death. Wisdom hath built her house, she hath hewn out her 7 pillars, she hath killed her beasts, she hath mingled her wine, she hath also furnished her table. She hath sent forth her maidens, she crieth upon the highest places of the city. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him, Come, eat of my bread, and drink of the wine which I have mingled. Forsake the foolish, and live, and go in the way of understanding. He that reproveth a scorner getteth to himself shame, and he that rebuketh a wicked man getteth himself a blot. Reprove not a scorner, lest he hate thee. Rebuke a wise man, and he will love thee. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. For by me thy days shall be multiplied, and the years of thy life shall be increased. If thou be wise, thou shalt be wise for thyself. But if thou scorneth, thou alone shalt bear it. A foolish woman is clamorous, she is simple, and knoweth nothing. For she sitteth at the door of her house, on a seat in the high places of the city, to call passengers who go right on their ways. Whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. And as for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him, Stolen waters are sweet, and bread eaten in secret is pleasant. But he knoweth not that the dead are there, and that her guests are in the depths of hell. And thus we finish chapter 9, and I would also like to read to you. Actually, we finished chapter 8 and chapter 9, and I would like to read to you chapter 10 as well. Keep in mind this is an older version of the King James Bible, and it often uses words like man or woman to describe certain issues and situations, and it's meant to be taken as a description of either males or females. Is actually should be taken to represent um, a spiritual thing more so because we are talking about spirit, and spirit, of course, dictates how we should conduct ourselves in society and in the physical world, if you will. Uh, Chapter 10, the Proverbs of Solomon, and this is of giving credit to Solomon, but the book of Proverbs, I believe, is a compilation of other wise writings as well. But this particular one is accredited to King Solomon. The Proverbs of Solomon: a wise son maketh a glad father, but a foolish son is the heaviness of his mother. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. The Lord will not suffer the soul of the righteous to famish, but he casteth away the substance of the wicked. He becometh poor that dealeth with a slack hand, but the hand of the diligent maketh rich. He that gathereth in summer is a wise son, but he that sleepeth in harvest is a son that causeth shame. Blessings are upon the head of the just, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. The memory of the just is blessed, but the name of the wicked shall rot. The wise in heart will receive commandments, but a prating fool shall fall. He that walketh uprightly walketh surely, but that he perverteth his ways shall be known. He that winketh with the eye causeth sorrow, but a prating fool shall fall. The mouth of a righteous man is a well of life, but violence covereth the mouth of the wicked. Hatred stirreth up strifes, but love covereth all sins. In the lips of him that hath understanding, wisdom is found, but a rod is for the back of him that is void of understanding. Wise men lay up knowledge, but the mouth of the foolish is near destruction. The rich man's wealth is his strong city, the destruction of the poor is their poverty. The labor of the righteous tendeth to life, the fruit of the wicked to sin. He is in the way of life that keepeth instruction, but he that refuseth reproof erreth. He that hideth hatred with his lying lips, and he that uttereth a slander is a fool. In the multitude of words there wanteth not sin, but he that refraineth his lips is wise. The tongue of the just is as choice silver, the heart of the wicked is little worth. The lips of the righteous feed many, but fools die for want of wisdom. The blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow with it. It is as sport to a fool to do mischief, but a man of understanding hath wisdom. The fear of the wicked, it shall come upon him, but the desire of the righteous shall be granted. As the whirlwind passeth, so is the wicked no more, but the righteous is an everlasting foundation. And here we are in verse 26. As vinegar to the teeth and as smoke to the eyes, so is a sluggard to them that send him. The fear of the Lord prolongeth days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. The hope of the righteous shall be gladness, but the expectation of the wicked shall perish. The way of the Lord is strength to the upright, but destruction shall be to the workers of iniquity. The righteous shall never be removed, but the wicked shall not inhabit the earth. The mouth of the just bringeth forth wisdom, but the froward, and here we have that word again, the froward tongue shall be cut out. The lips of the righteous know what is acceptable, but the mouth of the wicked speaketh forwardness. And thus we have the end of chapter 10. And in light of what's going on in society today with the virus, the C virus, the pandemic, I can relate to each person that's in the world today. And right now, doesn't matter which country you're in, which area that you're residing in, all eyes have even heard reports or have seen reports themselves, and in many places the reports are not good. However, we still have to remember that whatever you call God, whatever name you use, you have to believe that He's still in control and that He gives wisdom to those that seek it and knowledge. So we have to pray for our leaders. We have to have an open heart and pray one for another for our well-being and continued desires to go on with life, irregardless of circumstances. Trust me when I say I can relate to you, because we're wondering, what next. We're wondering what's going to happen in regards to our own personal lives, the lives of our families, our friends, strangers for that matter. What's on the horizon in regards to getting back to our so-called normal life. But I'm here to tell you, people, we're not going to get back to our so-called normal past. We will, I believe, come to a new normal, and we have to keep hope alive. The answer is not always with going into the streets and protesting and bickering and arguing about issues and social injustice. I mean, of course, all of this discord affects each one of us, regardless of our color, regardless of our race, regardless of our social economic background. first we must remember that we all are human and that God has not forgotten us. We may not understand some of the things that have happened or that continues to happen, but we must seek God's wisdom, especially in a time as this. We have to keep hope alive. We have to. And I believe with all of my heart that regardless of all the mistakes that we've made as human beings, God has not given up on us as long as He allows a young life to come into the world as a babe, a young babe. He has not given up on the human race. No way. No way, beloved. So therefore, let us seek God and receive wisdom and the knowledge, the twin sister called knowledge, in order to improve life, in order to enjoy life, in order to ride out the waves of life, because as you know, a wave has its crests and it has its valleys, and we have to learn how to ride them out. And of course, when you get up from a night's rest or sleep, and get up with a glad heart that you're breathing and that there's still hope. Let us seek to be a blessing one to another, and we can survive this. We've survived other calamities from the past as a human race, and I believe that we'll survive this as well. So, like my video, join up so that you can be informed when the next one will come out. And I believe that they are a blessing to you. And share with someone else that may be going through it in order to be blessed. Until next time, this is the Oracle of God's Word. Be blessed.